Good evening once again. Abromendo Kidadi. Tonight we are uploading a video. How can untold suffering end in this world? Welcome to this video. The purpose of uploading this video is that we normally see people suffering in the wars, hospitals, labor wards, and other places like hospitals and any other place where people normally suffer. The question and concept of untold suffering is a heartbreaking reality that affects countries, individuals, communities, and everyone worldwide. Ending it requires a combination and a multifaceted approach that involves various stakeholders, including governments, organizations, and communities and individuals. Theologians, scholars, philosophers have debated this topic for centuries. The patriarchs and other Bible teachings and Jesus himself have talked about this. Here are strategies. Create awareness, create campaigns, and share stories from individuals that highlights struggles of marginalization, like ethnic groups, communities, and other individuals. Support organizations, donate to reputable organizations that are working to address this specific topic, such as poverty, human trafficking, famine, injustice, and mental health. Advocate for policy change, encourage governments to implement policies that protect human rights, provide access to education and healthcare, and promote economic equality. Foster community connections. Build relationships with the reputable people at different agencies and share their stories about suffering, encourage empathy and education. Then encourage critical thinking. Then support mental health. Promote resources that support mental health services, especially in areas where access is limited. Then address systematic work to dismantle systems of oppression such as racism, sexism, ableism, which perpetuate suffering. Then foster a culture of kindness, encourage acts of kindness and community services, create ripple effects on compassion. The Bible acknowledges that suffering is a universal human experience. Psalms chapter 34 verse 9. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 12 to 13. Then suffering can take many forms, including physical pain, emotional distress, and spiritual struggles. 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 37. Psalms chapter 6 verse 2 to 3. Then comfort those suffering. God is present in suffering and is present with those who suffer, and he also identifies with those who suffer. He brings comfort and amidst pain. Psalms chapter 23 verse 4 to 2. Corinthians chapter 1 verse 3 to 7. Then suffering will end one day. That's what the Bible teaches. Suffering will end one day. God promises an end to suffering and acknowledges that one day suffering will end, and that he knows each and everyone's season of pain and sorrow, and that they will end very soon. That is, we can read in Isaiah chapter 6, verse 5 to 17. Then suffering can be redemptive. That is, suffering can be redemptive. Suffering is the means of spiritual growth and redemption, and helps refine faith, build characters, and bring people closer to God. Romans chapter 5, verse 3 to 5. Jesus also taught that suffering can be a means of identifying with him and sharing his suffering. Romans chapter 8, verse 17. He also teaches that Jesus also teaches that those who suffer need get support as his followers in times of suffering. John chapter 14, verse 6 to 5, 6. Then philosophical teachings about suffering include Stoic philosophers believe that suffering is inevitable and part of life, and that it is individuals who shape their own choice to cope with it. Buddhism emphasizes there is no permanent condition, including suffering. Psychologists teach that individuals who experience trauma can develop resilience and post-traumatic growth, which can cope with suffering. In conclusion, remember, ending untold suffering is a collective effort that requires persuasion, persistence, and willingness to learn. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, comment in the inbox, and follow. Thank you.